Okay, so let's make some honeysuckle medicine. So today I ran across the fucking jackpot. I've already been. So this is okay. Since we're here, let's talk. Honeysuckle. I mean, before I was an herbalist, I kind of did have a break when I was a teenager where I wasn't like really getting out. So if I think the herb was always there, I just was like an antisocial preteen to teenager to slight early adult, even though I'm 23, but like in the early years, I just kind of like whatever to. I mean, of course, I liked it being out, but I just didn't do it enough. And I remember honeysuckle being like a childhood thing. Like I remember going up to the gate lines behind the bleachers at school outside and being out there, or it would be. I remember it was another school I went to where it was on a gate line at the playground, and we would like be over there, all the kids huddled up against the bush instead of like actually playing on the playground. So I have great memories with honeysuckle. So when I found out that they were medicinal, flash forward 15 years later, I was like, wow. So today we're gonna start a honeysuckle syrup. And if you wanted the complete recipe, follow me on TikTok at Time for Tea Apothecary, or follow me on Instagram too, because I'll be posting it there. But Time for Tea Apothecary on TikTok, Time for Tea LLC on Twitter, and also Time for Tea Apothecary on Instagram. So that'll be the full recipe for the syrup. But what we're gonna do to make the syrup is to get a French press, or you don't have to get a French press. You can put it in a pot and do the same method. But anyway, let me get my honeysuckle. So here's my honeysuckle with a light frost on it, because I like to, when I'm working with fresh plants, because when you're picking it, you see these little bugs throughout the whole thing. So, ooh, that smell. I just like to freeze it a little bit so it just kills them within 5 minutes. And then no one's told you that, I told you. So I have a bowl full of honey. Just can't say honeysuckle today. Honeysuckle. I guess, like I said, I ain't been working with it since I was a kid. It's like killing my inner child to work with honeysuckle, but I have a shit ton. I already made syrup with this before in the past, but I'm gonna make more syrup, and this is about maybe 6 cups worth of honeysuckle. So I'm gonna do is actually get my measuring out, because that's good to do based on the jar that you get. So get this measuring cup, because that's what I did last time. That's very important when you're making syrup, so you can match it with the sugar. So get the ants, see how much. Don't drop any. That's already like a cup's worth. I think I'm gonna do 2. Yep, I'm gonna do the 2 cups. So I can have some of this. I dropped 1, of course. Pretty much throughout the winter, even though it is May. I know this is really delicious. Hopefully I don't fly through it that fast. So 2 cups worth of honeysuckle, plus I want it to be really sweet, and plus I want to share some. So 2 cups of honeysuckle. Get your kettle hot. I already did. Water smoking and ready for me. So pour that over. Spring water, distilled water, as long as it's not tapped, because that can make it go bad with different chemicals in that water. So cover your flowers. You're essentially making a honeysuckle infusion. Let this sit overnight, and then you're gonna match it with your same part sugar until the sugar dissolves. Like I said, full thing will be on my TikTok, but I'm gonna let this sit. You're not supposed to let it sit a little while before you press it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And while I do that, I'm gonna be preparing this tincture and talking about some of these great benefits of honeysuckle. So when you're making a tincture, we've done this before. Actually, I don't know which video is going to come out first. Maybe we haven't done this before, but if you follow me on TikTok, we've done this before. So you want to get a jar that you can fill up all the way to the top to prevent oxidation. Very important. So fill up this jar. Oh my God, this is going to be off the charts medicine right here. People always be like, oh, did you clean it? It's alcohol. It's going to kill every germ possible. Honeysuckle, the leaves are also edible. I don't know about the stems and the root. Haven't done too much research on that because personally I just wasn't interested in that. But if you're just interested in all medicine, then okay. And this is filling up the whole thing. Damn it, that's all my honeysuckle. I just knew I was gonna have a little left over to fill up. Maybe I could switch it over to a smaller jar. Just so I can have some left over. Anyway, I'm gonna fill up a jar. And maybe while I look for a smaller jar, which I highly doubt that I'm gonna find, let's talk about some benefits to honeysuckle. So I'm organizing my herb cabinet, so there's a lot of jars out. So honeysuckle is really good for, it's anti-inflammatory. So it's gonna heal inflammation in, what was it? The small intestine? One of those intestines. Let me see. Yeah, I found a jar that I can empty and clean it up. We're gonna make it smaller, but because y'all know, like, I really don't know when I'm gonna come across more, and if I do, I can just make another tincture. Like, it's really not that big of a deal for me. But yeah, it's good for the small intestine. It's good for your digestion, digestive disorders. So it's good for I think I saw it saying arthritis and diabetes. Don't have those two, but you can definitely feel free to, work with it yourself and see how that works for you. But that's what it's good for. It's also the real thing, real treasure. Ooh, has some loose tea in there. The real treasure is that it's an immune booster. I love anything that's an immune booster, especially these days. It's an immune booster. It's gonna help get phlegm out of the throat, the lungs. It's really good for the lungs. In Chinese medicine, they use it for lung problems. And I think this variety is the Japanese variety, which is what you're probably going to find in America anyway, since it's extremely invasive. Like I said, follow me on TikTok because I'm going to show the bush that I got it from. And I feel like I struck gold. I'm like, we were talking, like, and then I look over, Mom, stop! Oh my God, it was so many of them. And she got out and helped me got a lot of them, and we still don't have enough. I feel like I needed a gigantic basket because it's so much that I want to do. But yeah, it's an immune booster. Like, need I say more? Like, it's gonna help the phlegm. It's gonna help remove mucus. It's gonna help with flus, colds. It's antiviral, antimicrobial, antibacterial. Kills germs. It helps kill diseases. And it's fighting off anything that your body doesn't want. And one of my favorite things about it, since it's coming into summertime, it's a good cooling herb. Love cooling herbs. Cooling herbs are things like mints, coriander, things like that. These herbs are sage. These herbs cool you down. Any heated inflammation, let's say you have a burn, like, it's gonna soothe the burn. Mint does that too. It's gonna soothe that. I think Native Americans used the leaves for boils and scars, and things like that to heal up, and it encouraged healing, and it sped up, recovery. So the leaves are really good for that. You can also make a tincture with that. Actually, you know what? I think the reason why I kind of was skeptical about making a honeysuckle tincture in the first place, this is like literally no research on it. I might be the first motherfucker on YouTube to talk about this, and that's kind of cool. And I think we need to talk about some of these herbs that our ancestors knew so much about, because my folks is Cherokee on my mom's side, black as well, but we got them roots. You can look back at old pictures of my ancestors and you can just see the indigenous features. So like, just out doing this and making medicine and stuff like this is honoring their legacy and their everything that they wanted to continue but couldn't. So yeah, honeysuckle was really used by the Native Americans. There's more research for me to do, like I said, on the leaves. I might mess around, come back, make a honeysuckle leaf tincture. It's the same sort of benefits I heard, but it's might be more properties in the blooms Plus, I heard that this tincture has like a lemony flavor, so that's exciting. But yeah, I can't wait to use this. I don't get sick usually ever, but if I ever get like a little sniffle, it's a really good immune booster. And you guys know I make immunity tea blend, so I might do a little drop of this, add that in. So anyway, oh, let's come to this before, because it's turning brown, like oxidation is hitting it, which isn't bad, because that means some of the stuff is getting out of it since it's a water type thing. We don't want that for our tincture though, so. Ooh. I know y'all wanted to see that. That was just very satisfying. So we're gonna let that sit 24 hours and keep up with me on TikTok. You'll see the video. So yeah, I'm just gonna fill this up. And on TikTok, I'll name more benefits that I find. But that's the cool part about making medicine with shit. Like, okay, you find out it is edible, but that's what you know, and then you have to learn as you go, even though you forage for it already. It's like, let me find out more. Like, I've heard, so let me tell you about it. I've had this in my herb cabinet for the longest, maybe 2 years now, but when I first found it, it was at a shop that closed down, so I never got to ever get it again. It was like, and I had like a drop in like a little small snack bag, and it was like so sacred to me that I had put it away. I took it out the jar and put it in the snack bag and put it away for like special moments that I wanted to have that taste of spring or work with money, the money energy, because if you do things with candles and moonshine and things, why am I being like that? You know what I'm talking about. If you're into spirituality and you practice the craft, you know that when honeysuckle is really good for money magic, you put it in your wallet, it'll never be empty again. So I like honeysuckle. She's cute and she smells good. The hummingbirds love her, the bees love her, I love her, and I can't wait to boost my immune system and help my digestion with this. So this jar isn't quite full. I do not want this to oxidize like at all. So yeah, fill that baby up to the absolute brim. Just like an apple that kind of goes bad, this will do that. And I've never had that happen to me. But I think I do got a Cleaver's tincture down there that could have been in a tighter packed jar. But we live and you learn. So it's not much research done on honeysuckle. Like I said, I think I'm the first person to make a honeysuckle tincture video. But anyway, let me. I did wipe this down. Keep alcohol on you, spray bottle alcohol. So anyway, close that up. Some of the pieces are overboard. Let me go and get my trusty fork. Stop putting my germs in it. So defeating the purpose of which I'm talking about. So yes, it's in there. So yeah, you definitely use the leaves. I heard, like I said, I don't know much about which one is more property, the blooms or the leaves. Sometimes the roots have more energy than everything else, but I haven't heard anything about the roots. And make sure you get the right species. Like I said, I think this is Japanese. The typical honeysuckle that you see in America everywhere is edible. The blooms and the leaves can be used in compresses for boils and scars and to help aid in recovery like the ancestors used. So look, I got this much left anyway to put on my dehydrator so I can fill up my honeysuckle jar so I can have honeysuckle tea year round. So that was my video on honeysuckle. If you have any comments, I've probably been in strain this thing by now, so I'll do an update. By the time you see this, who knows, this be months, years from now, I'll probably strain this and worked with it. So I'll definitely keep y'all up to date about how this works, because no one talks about that you can make medicine with this. So I'll be the first to do it. Honeysuckle tincture, overnight syrup, follow time for tea for more updates on this. See you guys later.